Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back again. I think you should be able to see me. right now. Let me know if you can see me. Hi Sparky, how you go? How's it going? How you doing? So nice to see you back again. Give me just 1 minute to quit this out. So welcome everyone back again to another Global Hack Week. It's so nice to see you. Uh, Back in another workshop, and today we're going to learn some new, really fun things. One of them, we're going to learn how to use APIs. We're going to learn how to use Hugging Face Python library. We're also going to learn what is Hugging Face, a really quick introduction into how we can use Hugging Face into our own products, and we're going to use AI to build our first web page that can consume our API and also can use all these kind of types of information that we're going to be using. So cool. What do you think we begin? So for that, let me just share my screen really quick. And if you don't know me and this is the first time that you're hacking with me, my name is David, however you want to call me, and you should be able to see the slides right now. Oh, yep, I think you're able to see them now. So, yep, my name is David. You can call me David, the Wood, Lazaro, however you want to call me. I'm fine with all the names and pronunciations. So, I'm a coach right here at MLH. I was also a software developer engineer at AspenTech, which is like a company from the US that makes software for big industries like chemical industry, electricity, and things like that. But now I changed my job into another company called Blend. So I'm a workflow engineer right at Blend. I'm also a GitHub campus expert, and I love hacking. I love hacking. I love hacks. I love hackathons, and I love organizing and meeting new persons in all these communities and all these hackathons. So pretty much, I love hackathons. I found a hackathon here at Mexico, and yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm from Mexico. I'm living at Mexico City right now, and also I visited like almost all Mexico, all states of Mexico. So yeah, pretty much. And I was also a fellow on the MLH Fellowship. If you don't know what the MLH Fellowship is, we can take a look super quick into what the MLH Fellowship is. And let me just share with you the screen right here, MLH Fellowship. There you go. You should be seeing. No, sorry, I stopped sharing my screen. Yep, you should be able to see it right now. Cool. So if you want to learn awesome things and build and hack and do like really cool stuff right on the fellowship is a fully remote 12-week internship alternative where participants earn a stipend and learn how to collaborate on real open source projects with peers and engineers from top companies. So if you want to give it a try, please, I encourage you try to and apply to the MLH fellowship. It is one of the best experiences that you can have, and also it is fully paid. So if you are a student, it is a great way to keep going and just try to get to know more persons. So yeah, let's just continue. In the MLH fellowship, you learn by doing and not by watching. You actually take your hands on into projects of the real world life. You can work with companies like Meta, like GitHub, like Solana, AWS, Royal Bank of Canada, G Research, Google, and more stuff. So if you want to give it a try, please apply to the next batch of the next. I think you can apply still uh, to fall 2024. So if you want to give it a try, please apply. What experience should beginners have for the fellowship? Who can apply? Everyone who has already some kind of computer science, in computer engineering, software engineering, like tech background. If you have already like a tech background, like if you have participated in a hackathon, if you have a project that you can show off in your application, if you have like experience working with building up your portfolio, building more stuff, please give it a try and apply. So you can apply it just clicking right here on apply now. So this is working, yeah. So yeah, it's just it is going to take you like 1 hour probably. It is going to ask you for some things like your experience. You're going to need to write an essay where you explain why you want to apply to the fellowship, what are you expecting to get from the fellowship, why you are the best candidate for participating in the NLH fellowship. And for example, here you have like the next batch that are coming. I would say that you should apply to the fall 2024 batch. So you're like in enough time. You have like 2 months or 3 months almost for applying into your fellowship, and they're going to like one of the parts of the application is that you're going to have to show off one of your projects that you have been building. So if you have a project like any kind of project like an AI project, a web development project, if you build I don't know, something like an AR or virtual reality project, something like that, that should be enough. They want to see like what are you actually building, how are you building it, what are you proud of that project, and how you can work with a teammate, so you can learn and actually work with other engineers. uh Amisipur is saying, can you tell us more about the projects that you can submit for the fellowship? What type of project will be good for Python machine learning enthusiasts? Because I submitted a Jupyter notebook and it was emailed that it was not good enough. Yeah, I think a Jupyter notebook is not enough. Like what they're expecting is that you have like the ability to build real things, like showing off that you have the capacity for building real products. Like what I'm talking about products is like, for example, a web page that can be used as an application, maybe a phone application, maybe an AI application that you can use on your phone or on the web browser or something like that. Let's see, for example, like one of the let me think about one of the coolest applications that I can think of. Um, like for example, let me show you this one that was like kind of trendy, like some month ago. Uh, I mean, it's not like at this level, but for example, is one of the projects that I found on Twitter like 3 months ago, or something like that. It uses OpenAI. It uses Next.js. It uses like a full stack. It is a real full stack application. You can generate emojis like without the necessity of having like something, right? It uses AI to generate emojis. So let's think about um, pineapple pizza, generate emoji. Oh, well, as you can see here, is also have like its ability to log in with Google, things like that. It has like a web page. You can check out like this emoji. You can check out like more things. But as you can see here, it's a complex thing. I mean, this is a little bit more complex than what the MLH is expecting. But I think that one of my friends told me that the recent projects that the MLH Fellowship is working with is they have a lot to do with AI. So probably if you have the capacity to build a web application that uses AI in some kind of way, or it solves some problem, it is something that you are proud of. It is something that you can use for a hackathon, and it's something that you build with friends together. That would be awesome. For example, we have hackathons every weekend right here at the NLH. So if you want to build like this kind of projects or some other projects that can help you to learn how to build real world things, that should be something that can help you. Yeah, for sure. For example, a portfolio, I don't think is like an enough project that you can use, for example, because right now, like the MLH is having like a lot of applicants, so you have to be unique. You have to also have your like a differentiator, like something that you can show off or show off for you between like all the other applicants. Let me think of another page that may be good. um I'm thinking about it, like for example, I think this one is like super simple. It is also one of the ones who got popular. For example, if you want, like for example, oh, I think you're not seeing this. You should be seeing it right now. No, not this one. This one. This is another application that got like super popular like some month ago. It's called Spirals. Like some guy on Twitter did it, but basically it's just like AI generator image for spirals of whatever you want. Like for example, if I write, I don't know, if I type something like a taco spiral, let's see if this works. Well, it is generating stuff like already, but you can see here that it is simple, but it does something, and it uses AI and also uses um, a full stack development tech stack. It uses Next.js, it uses Vercel. It is some production like you can get. It is easy to access. Like you don't need to, for example, download the Jupyter notebook or download the repo so you can run it. Like it is online and um, you can use it like whatever you want, however you want. But as you can see here, it gets more complex. You can copy like the image, you can also download it, you can access to GitHub and more stuff, right? So it is simple, but at the same time, it is not that simple. And also, it is innovating because it uses AI, right? So something like this may be a really good example of how you can apply or a project that you can use for just applying to to the MLH fellowship that it looks super cool. Or like that a generator. Another one that got super popular was this one, the Twitter bio generator. You can see right here, it uses Mixtral. You can use GPT-3.5, something like that. And let's see, let's experiment with this. Let me use my bio from GitHub. Let's see, and let me use it right here. Casual, generate your bio. Cool. As you can see here, it uses AI. It generates the stuff. It is a web page. It has like a counter of how many people have used it and things like that. Uh, yeah, let me show you. I was just reading the Amici Spore comment, and Amici Amici Spore. Is it Amici? I'm going to assume that it's Amici. So yeah, it says, wow, this is real nice. Could you share the Twitter account that you follow that I can also check this amazing apps? I think it's just my Twitter, my feed though. But you can use this page on Vercel where you can start looking for awesome projects that Vercel has for you. Like Vercel has something called templates that you can use for building your own applications, and you can see them right here. There you go. You can see like the Vercel templates, and let me share you my. Oh my god, I did it again. Uh, There you go. Yep. Vercel has some cool templates that you can use for like start thinking more of like what you want to do, what you want to build, some inspiration of from some other persons, so you can build your own products and your own applications. And it's something that you can uh, you can see like whatever you want to do, like for example a e-commerce, like your own web page, your own AI headshot generator, photo blog, or something like that. But I would say that something that differentiates one project from others is that one, and it is innovation. It has innovation. Two, it solves a problem. And three, it solves a problem in a really cool way or in a really innovative way. And I think number three is that it is easy to use. Like it has accessibility. It is super easy to share. Like it has potential for becoming trendy, and things like that will be awesome. But it is not necessary to just do this. You can also have like your own API, which has like a really cool algorithm that you're real proud of. like I don't know, you use like some kind of weird algorithm for maybe fetching information in a really fast way or for sorting some information in a fast way or something like that. But yeah, so all right, this is the MLH fellowship. The MLH fellowship is going to take you like, I think there are like three interviews, and the first one is just for knowing you, like for someone is going to get with you and is going to try to get you to know a little bit more. The second one is for a technical interview, and the third one is behavioral, if I'm not wrong. But the technical one is not something like a lead code or something like that. It is more like showing off your project that you built and talking about like what you're real proud of and things like that. So yeah, let's just continue with this. Um, okay, cool. Let me. Yeah, we were right here, and yeah, before doing all the stuff, you need to create an essay that you're going to use um, for all this stuff. So let me just show you how the application looks like really fast. And as you can see here, you're going to need like your portfolio, your LinkedIn, your resume, and more stuff that you're going to need for applying. So if you don't have like all this stuff, please go and create your LinkedIn, create your own portfolio, create your GitHub and all that stuff so you can apply for one of the projects. And when you get into the MLH fellowship, then you're going to wait until you find a really cool project that matches with you, right? Because there are a lot of companies who are working with the MLH fellowship or open source projects which are working with the fellowship. So maybe one project has a better fit than others, right? So you need to work with them. So yeah, this is MLH fellowship. Please, I encourage you to apply. It is a really cool initiative, and yeah, just give it a try, please. So yeah, let's just continue with this. Oh my god, I closed it again. Blah, 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 blah. Share screen. Yeah, there you go. Alrighty. Yeah, so this all stuff of the MLH fellowship, we were talking about it because I was talking about that I participated in the MLH fellowship some 2 years ago at the Meta 2022 summer batch. So please apply, please apply, please apply. And currently, I'm building a tech startup, research tools, and more stuff that I think I'm not able to talk about. If you want to follow me in my social media, please, here is my LinkedIn, here is my GitHub, and here's my Twitter or X or however you want to call it. Please, if you want to talk about like how you can apply to the MLH fellowship, or if you want to uh, like just to check if your project has like a good fit or something like that, please share it with me, and I will send you some feedback. And also, if you want to see all the repos that we're going to be using today and the previous repos that we have been using in the past Global Hack Weeks, just follow me on GitHub. And yeah, let's just continue. So, what are we going to do today besides a really quick introduction into Hugging Face? So, we're going to actually ignore the TypeScript and ignore the Node. We're going to change that totally because we are going to use Hugging Face. But we're going to build our own API that can check up sentiment analysis of products. All right. So we're not building an e-commerce API. We're building an e-commerce API, but instead of being an e-commerce API, is going to be products from e-commerce API that we're going to check up. And instead, with Express, we're going to use Fast API, which is a really cool framework library that you can use, or I think it is a framework though. I'm not really sure. We're going to check that. But yeah, we're just going to create the architecture of our API, and we're going to structure our database if we have enough time. If not, we're just going to build our API like super quick. So yeah, we're going to have a client, which is going to be like our page or API that we're going to build with AI, like probably with ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot. And we're going to call from our client or from our PC, and we're going to call to our API. So our API can fetch the data from the database, and it can check up like all the comments that we have in one product, and check if the persons who have bought this this API, I mean this product, have like a really good. Do they like the product or not? But before doing this, we need to understand the basics, right? Like what is an API, like how the HTTP methods and requests works and things like that, right? So what do you think if we begin? The Unbeaten 7 says, "Hey, did I miss something?" Well, we talk about the MLH fellowship like a lot. Like we talk about like 25 minutes or something like that about the MLH fellowship and how to apply it and what a good project like looks for the MLH fellowship and things like that. So besides that, we're just starting with the workshop. So you're like in a really good time. So yeah, let's just begin with this. So what is an API? An API or application programming interface is a set of protocols, tools, and definitions that allows different software applications to communicate with each other. It defines the methods and data formats that applications can use to request and exchange information. So let's continue. APIs are commonly used to enable different software systems, services, or platforms to interact with each other in a standardized way, facilitating integration and interoperability. So when you, for example, you're using, hey, thank you so much, Numberian 7. So yeah, for example, when you are using Spotify, probably Spotify is, and you when you're using Spotify and you want to try to listen to Outkast or to Kendrick Lamar or I don't know the band you like. If you like hip hop, like I really love hip hop. So if you want to listen to just your favorite music from your phone or from your computer or something like that, probably you're going to be making a lot of calls to your API. So Spotify has an API that actually fetches information from their database or from their API server, and they're going to do magical things like back there in the background, so your music gets to your device in a streaming way. So as you can see here, like APIs are everywhere. We use it like in a lot of products in a lot of ways. And APIs are not just the RESTful APIs that we see. There are a lot of APIs that we can use, like operating system APIs, library APIs, database APIs, etc., etc. This is this stream. We're going to focus only in two ones. The first one is going to be the web APIs, and the other ones are database APIs. So the web APIs are just HTTP APIs or RESTful APIs. Um, are those ones that enables communication and data exchange over the internet using standard web protocols such as HTTP, which is the signature for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or HTTPS, which is just HTTP secure. So there are a lot of web APIs types that we can use. Like, for example, the banks use a lot of gRPC APIs, which uses HTTP2. Also, like for example, the government of Mexico uses a lot of SOAP APIs, which are the ones which use XML for communicating. And usually, like the most common API in all internet is the REST API, which uses HTTP. So today we're going to be using a RESTful API, and we have been talking about HTTP, but what is HTTP, right? We know that it is already like a hypertext transfer protocol, and basically this protocol is an application protocol used for transmitting intermedia documents such as HTML files on the World Wide Web, right? It is the foundation of data communication for the www and facilitates the exchange of information between web servers and clients such as web server or mobile app. So usually we also use a client server model, which just follows the, hey, I'm going to make a petition for my computer. So for doing that, I want to extract information or to fetch the information from another computer in some part of the world. So this is why we use the client server model. Um, it is just for sending requests and in the server part, we're going to say like, hey, someone wants to try retrieve the information from my site. Uh, does it have permissions? Like, is it the user that I'm expecting to make requests and things like that? So if it is, then I'm going to send a positive response, right? But if not, I'm going to deny like the petition. So those denials or acceptances are calling we call them just responses. So cool. Which kind of request can I make to a server, right? We have some methods. We have four principles that we're going to watch today. The first one is the get method, which is used for to retrieve data from a server. When a client sends a get request to a server, the request sends back a representation of the specified resource. Get request should only retrieve data and should not have another effect on the server. Here's an example. If you have seen the awesome series of Invincible, you know that we have on Invincible like heroes or like villains and things like that. So if I want to get the information from the hero with the name Invincible, I'm probably going to make a request to the next route, which is the slash heroes slash invisible, and the response is going to be this, right? This object which has like keys and values. We call them JSONs, and basically they are just a format that stores information in a key value way. Like for example, we have the name Invisible, alias Mark Grayson, powers, flight, super strength, durability, healing factor, and affiliation, Guardians of the Globe. Also, we usually use get for retrieving information. So how do we send information to the server? So for that, we use post, which is a method that we use to submit data to a server to be processed. And when a client sends a post request to a server, it includes data in the request body, which is data that the server can process according to its functionality. Post requests are commonly used for submitting form data, uploading files, or creating new resources on the server. As you can see here, if you want to, this is the object that we're going to send to the server. But the important thing here is that uh, we're using the same format. We're using JSON, and what we're trying to do is to say, hey, I want to create a new mission that is for defeating a billion, and I just want to make sure that you as a server are okay with that. Like we're chill, and as you can see here, we have a response of 200, which is just okay, or a translation for okay. And the object that we send is it has a billion, location, outcome, and notes, right? Like Omni-Man, Metro City success. Omni-Man was sued after a long and intense battle. Also, if we want to modify information that is already on the server and we just want to modify it, like for example, change, for example, the name of Omni-Man to Invincible, or the location of the fight between Omni-Man and Invincible or some other hero, we can just use the put method, which is used for updating or replacing an existing resource on the server with the data provided in the request body. So when a client sends a put request to a server, it is going to specify the URI of the resource to be updated and includes the new data in the request body. So really cool, right? We just want to make sure that status and location are going to be the correct ones that we're looking for. And the last that we're going to watch today is delete. And delete is just what, like the word, it just deletes data from the server. So pretty much delete requests are idempotent, meaning that making the same delete request multiple times will have the same effect as making it once. So if we just want to delete information from Omni-Man, we're going to send that request of deleting that information, and the response is going to be 204, no content, and that's all. Okay, cool. So as you can see here, we have a lot of cool things that we have seen, like for example, the kind of requests that we can make and the responses that we can get from the server, right? But here's one problem, like how can I know like what does this 204 or 200 or 202 mean, right? So for doing that, we actually have a really cool page that we call http.cat that you can see right here. You have this really cool page that you can use for understanding a little bit more about what does each one of these requests means and responses mean, sorry, and how we can use them, or how can I understand them in an easy way. So HTTP cat helps you to understand a little bit more about the context of each one of these pages that we have right here, and what does each one of the responses mean, right? And where can we use them, or where can we see them, or how these responses are usually used by, right? And also you have some sources and resources that you can use. For example, you have 100 OK. For example, this is a really classic one when we don't find a URL or a product on a page. We have the 404 no found, like the one and only 404. Hey 404, how's it going 404? So nice to see you back here. So here you are 404. Like you're literally this cat. So nice to see you back 404. But yeah, just a classic one, 404 not found. Also we have the the 500 doesn't exist, or internal server error, and more stuff that you can just watch to try to understand a little bit more about what are you watching, and how, what does each one of these HTTP requests mean, right? So yeah, please give it a look, and if you have any questions, just try to go to this resource that I share with you right here. And if you are more of a docs person, there also exists http.doc. But to be honest, it is not that funny. Like it doesn't have like a lot of memes. I think that the memes right here are not as funny as the cat ones. Well, this one looks awesome to be honest. But yeah, to be honest, I like more the the cat ones. It had like better memes to be honest. Like compare the 404 to this one. Like this 403 looks amazing to be honest. So yeah, it is. You have that resource if you want to give it a look. Just give it a try. So yeah, let's just continue. So database is 101 also. So a database is something that we're going to be or not using today. So what do you think if instead of going through databases, we go right now into sorry, Hugging Face and the documentation of Hugging Face? So yeah, I think you should be able to see this, and also you can watch it right here on your computer. I'm just sending the link right now so you can watch it. Mm-mm. Okay. Yep. So Hugging Face documentation, right? So we have the Hugging Face Hub, which is a platform with over 350K models. So that is a lot, right? Also, we have a lot of data sets and demo apps or spaces, all open source and publicly available in an online platform where people can easily collaborate, building machine learning together. Cool, right? So it is really cool because this hub allows you to, it is like a GitHub, but for your ML models or for your NLP models or whatever kind of model that you're actually building. If you have an LLM, also you can store it right here, so you can make it open source and more persons can use them like each day, right? Also, it has like a lot of documentation that you can use. For example, the one that we're watching today, like what is the Hugging Face Hub, what can you find on the hub, models, data sets, spaces, and so on, so on, so on, right? So let's just jump into what is the Hugging Face Hub, right? So we're helping the community work together towards the goal of advancing machine learning. And the Hugging Face Hub is a platform with over a lot of models and data sets and all the stuff that we have talked about already. And the cool thing about Hugging Face is that it is not a centralized company which is like doing all this stuff, like I don't know, like the tech titans which are controlling the market to solve the world with AI by themselves, right? Like the community makes Hugging Face what Hugging Face is, and that is why Hugging Face is so awesome, because it is open and the community builds Hugging Face always, right? So as we said before, we can check out what kind of models we have on Hugging Face. So as you can see here, we have NLP models, computer vision models, audio models, and more stuff that is better if we just go into this section that is the models page. And right here, you're going to see that you have like a lot of models. And on the left side uh, of your display, you're going to see that you have like different kind of applications that we can use for just like trying to see a model, right? For example, if I want to use image classification for something like I think there was one Pokemon one right here. Okay, yeah, Pokemon classifier. If we want to build an application that uses, for example, this, if we want to build a application that can use machine learning to try to check up or classify Pokemons, we can use Hugging Face models for just doing that. And as you can see here, it was just in two clicks, right? We just went to models, tried to find out the Pokemon one, and we just uploaded like the image from Pikachu, and now we have a classification of, hey, this probably looks more than a Pikachu than a Pichu or to a Raichu or to a Puzzle. So really cool, right? Super neat. And the cool thing is that you have like already the code right here, so you can just copy and paste it on your API, on your Python project, or on your web page of Streamlit or something like that, right? So, yep, we can also do text to image, image to text, image to image, video classification, for example. Oh, yep, there you go. Video classification, text to video, text to 3D, etc., etc., etc. Also, we have text classification for natural language processing, serial shot classification, and more stuff that we're going to be using today. And if you're asking yourself, like, how can I go into Hugging Face and create a new account? It is super easy. Just go to this link that I'm going to show you right here. Blah, 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 blah. And you should be seeing something like this, like Hugging Face AI community building the future. So it is just like the landing page of Hugging Face, and you're going to see like spaces, data sets, models, and all the stuff that you can use. Also, it is really cool because you can just show the profiles or of researchers, scientifics, and more stuff that are working with AI day by day. If we're looking for models, are there other platforms beyond Hugging Face that you recommend we explore to? I would say that Hugging Face is like the best one for models or for machine learning models. If you're building for model, if you're searching for models or LLMs, I think Hugging Face is like uh, the best place that you can work for. Civit.ai. To be honest, I've never heard of Civit AI. Oh, cool. Open source generative AI. Oh, cool. But I think is this for all kind of models? Yeah, I think this one is just for images. Yeah, I think this one is for specifically generative AI for images and videos. Yeah, this looks more like for text to images, like the category that we have, the category that we saw before. Hugging Face also has a specific category for um, taking a look into text to image models. Reset this. There you go. You have text to image, and you have, for example, stable diffusion and more stuff. If I write anime, uh, nope. You're seeing it? Yeah, you're seeing it. Let's see. Anime. Okay, let's see. The original model is here. Yeah, it uses actually CBD AI. So I think CBD AI is a hub for text to image models, I think. But yeah, to be honest, I've never used it before. But it looks really good though. Like a stable diffusion. Let's see. Yeah, there you go, stable diffusion. Okay, cool. Here we have like, for example, in this case, all those models. Well, it says that it's open source on their page, but to be honest, I've never used it. But let's see. Here we have like a lot of stable diffusion um, models or forks. So that is cool. Uh, See, you have like a logo maker like right here. Oh yeah, but this is in space. No, I wanted to see. Uh, Let me see. Let me type anime. Anime painter. What is this? Oh, cool. If we do anime like blah 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 aesthetic variant. Oh, real cool. And if we see like Ghibli, if we try to, wow, we have Ghibli diffusion. This looks so awesome. So as you can see here is like you can find like a lot of things right here, a lot of models, a lot of things that you can use for your own images. And if, for example, if you love like Studio Ghibli or things like that, you can check out like these diffusers and you can build your own images in like right here. So this looks awesome to be honest. And for example, if we do you have like spaces that you can actually use for just seeing like real world applications like in almost near time. So I think you should be seeing it like right now. Let me reload this and let's see. It looks cool. But yeah, you can see that you can just watch for some cool spaces that you can use for your own images. So what will happen if we ask for portrait of, let's see, let's ask ChatGPT for writing for a prompt for generating, write a prompt for generating um, portrait images in a Studio Ghibli art style. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, yeah, cool. So let's use this right here so we can see a little bit more of this. Let's start and let's see what this does. Cool. But yeah, as you can see here, like we have like already cool applications that we can use super quickly. Uh, but yeah, like this is not the only space that we have right here. We have more spaces that you can just take a look into all the spaces and see how how good do they look, right? So diffusion, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it is cool. I'll totally encourage you to search up for more models, not just for generating images, like just for doing more stuff with this. Like if you go here and search for, I don't know, Pixar, it is one of the most common ones for generating images like the Pixar. Even your here in Mexico we have like we use a lot of WhatsApp, and usually your uncle or your auntie is the one who sends you like pictures of images like Pixar or something like that. Let's see how this looks. I have no idea of how this is going to look, to be honest. Uh, but let's try to check up like what does this do. Oh, cool! Like, see, like it created a kind of Studio Ghibli image or something like that. But yeah, can we use this API and get a legitimate request? I'm not really sure. I mean, it's just a demo. I don't know, to be honest. But it looks like you can use like how whatever you want, right? For example, let's see what's the small cactus, Eiffel Tower, close up to a person, and more stuff, right? So yeah, this is not the thing that we're going to do today, unfortunately. But it is one of the uses that Hugging Face has for you. Like you can create images or generate generative AI images like super easy. Just and you can use like the model as fast as you can. So cool. Let's just begin with this. Alrighty. So we already saw like models for understanding like generative AI, like text to image and things like that. But the thing that we want to do right now is sentiment, sentence similarity. No, I want sentiment analysis. Did I have something like this? Mm, robotics, reinforcement, tabular gamification, voice, blah, blah, blah. Okay, give me just 1 second. Sentiment analysis. I'm not sure, but my guess will be no. I think it will be the way to expense to over for free. Yeah, that would be too expensive. Actually, like it doesn't uses like ChatGPT or something. It uses like their own models, but for the company, it's going to be like kind of expensive to run like all or process all this thing like in just 1 day. So Hugging Face. There you go. So cool. Blah, 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 blah. Mhm. Okay, yeah. So we're going to do something like this. We're going to get into like shout out to Federico Pascual, which is the one who created like this guide. Thanks so much, Federico. Looks like he's GitHub is like this one if you want to check it out. So, oh my God, he was a head of marketing at Coinbase. Cool, cool. And he also founded Monkey Cool. But yeah, we're going to use this the Hugging Face sentiment analysis uh, pipeline that it has from the Transformers library, and it is going to show us like this. And what we're going to do is to use this pipeline into our API to try to get the for each one of the products that we are going to have from an e-commerce. Try to see like from an array which one is like the whole amount um, of qualifications for the reviews of a product, right? So for doing that, we're going to visit a product in Amazon so we can use it like in a super easy way on our API. But before doing that, we need to get into our GitHub. So this is my GitHub if you want to follow me. Let me share you with you right here. Okay, cool. So here's the repo that we're going to be using today, the Global Hack Week introduction to Hugging Face right here. And I'm going to post the link right here so you can get into the repo. So once you are in the repo, the only thing that you need to do is to click into this green button. You're going to see that this part of the menu is going to be opened, but we don't want that. We want the code spaces one. So if you want to use it on your computer, you can do it. We're going to be using Python and Fast API. I'm going to be doing it on code spaces because I want the same environment for everyone, so we don't have any kind of problems with uh, requirements or things like that are different. Like for example, I know that some folks use Linux, some other ones use Mac, some other ones use virtual machines, some other ones use Windows and things like that. So probably requirement packages and things like that are going to be a problem. So because I don't want that, we're going to just use code spaces. We are on the same space. So just click on create a new code space and you're going to see a new tab that is going to say setting up your code space. And in that tab, a new environment is going to be created. Here, you can see that it's just like a normal Visual Studio Code space. Let me just sum it a little bit more, something like that. But as you can see here, it is a Visual Studio Code space, right? So it has Linux. I think it is Ubuntu. But basically is a virtual environment that you can use for whatever you want. And this whatever you want is going to be our API that we're going to create right now. The cool thing about Code Spaces is that it has already pre-install things like Python, Docker, Node.js, and Python packages also. So you don't need to worry about it like a lot. So first thing first, we're going to create our main.py file, and we're going to do print hello world to try to check up if everything is working correctly. And for doing that, we are going to run Python main.py. And as you can see here, it is running. We have a hello world or hello hackers. Hello global hackers from Global Hack Week. And let's run it again, and it is working. Cool. So let's continue with this. And before getting into writing code, we need to get into understanding the next library that we're going to actually use for creating our API. So to do that, we actually need to use the AFS API documentation. So the first thing that we're going to do is to go into resources, blah, 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 blah. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Where is it? Features, learn. Did I have it like right here? Installation. There you go. Installation, yeah. Here's the page that we're going to be using today. And let me share it with you right here in the chat so you can check it out. And pretty much we're just going to create our first API so you can check it up. So the first thing that we're going to do is just copy this pip install that is going to be for our is going to be the one that we're going to use for the package manager that we're going to use for managing all the packages that we're going to install into our project. So the first one that we're going to be installing is FastAPI. So let's just go into our code spaces and copy the pip install that we copied from. I mean, paste the pip install FastAPI that we copied from the FastAPI documentation, and you're going to see that a lot of stuff is going to be insulated. After that, let's go back into FastAPI. Let's just click here and copy the template code that FastAPI has for us. And let's just go again into a code base. Let's just erase this, delete, paste the code that we have from FastAPI. And before getting into our server or into seeing like if everything is running, we should be yeah, don't worry about it, farmer. I'll see you tomorrow or whenever you want. See ya, have a nice day. So yeah, the next thing that we need to do is to run our FastAPI server. So for doing that, we need to click into FastAPI dev main.py. So let's just go back and install this up like this. And we're going to see that our server has been created. Like our terminal is saying some stuff like FastAPI CLI development mode. And you can see it like this. Python model main.py, and also we have importable FastAPI app, which is the from main import app, and using import string main app FastAPI CLI. We're going to see that our API is serving at 170. And we can see that we have our hello world working correctly. So tada, you have created your first API without any problem. So unfortunately, we have reached the first hour. So what do you think if we run into drinking some water, some coffee, grabbing some stuff, whatever you want, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. So if that is good for you, I'll be we'll be back in 5 minutes. So while we wait, let me show add you some music and let you with some tacos right here. Let's see. Okay, cool. Oh, where is it? I'm just trying to find the best taco. No, this one not work. Oh yeah, this one will be like the best one. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's just share this up instead, and let me share it like this. So let you, I will leave you with some tacos and some music while we wait, and meanwhile you can just go and grab a little bit of water wherever you want, and I'll be seeing you in 5 minutes. So yeah. Okay, I think that is enough. Enough tagger for today. Hey everyone, it's nice to see you back. So sorry I took a little bit more. Uh, I think a little bit more of 5 minutes, but it's all because of a greater good. Okay, yeah, let's just continue with this. So, where we at? We were at our first API that we checked up, and I see that there are a lot of comments. Um, oh, cool! You're from a under. I am watching this stream while traveling on a train. Oh, cool! Like, where are you traveling? Like, are you on a train on Europe, on India, on Asia, or in other continent? Um, is the video. So sorry for that. Oh my god, thank you so much, Sparky, for your comments. Yeah, I'm so sorry for that. Oh, cool. Oh my god, 12 hours trip? That's a lot. Like 12 hours is a lot for a road trip. I mean, it's like almost like the half of Mexico from south to north. So yeah, that sounds like a lot. All right. Yeah. Mm, let's just continue with this. Okay, so we have the first template of our API. So what we want to do first is to create a new route for a product, right? So as you can see here, this template has almost done like the same thing that we have created or that we need for our API for products. But instead of items, we're going to use products, right? So for doing that, we need to start writing more code and start writing more stuff. And for that, we actually need to learn some resources for our API. So query parameter request body, blah, 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 blah. Give me just 1 second until I open this. Where is it? App that post. I'm just trying to see where is it. Where is this? Get put post. There you go. Uh-huh. Here you are. Okay, yeah, so this is the one that we need right here. App.post. So as you can see here, it is as easy as just having this special add character that we use for calling our app, which is just a fast API object, which is like an API. So what are we doing is just importing two libraries. The first one is typing, and the second one is union. And the second one is fast API. From typing, we're importing union, and from fast API, we're importing the fast API object, right? So we can initialize our application. And when we initialize it, we just write the app.get, and this is going to enable us to have a root direction or a root route, right? So with this route, we have like we can just define what is going to do that specific route. In this case, it's just going to return to us a hello world, right? But we want to do more stuff. We want to actually be able to also submit items from our API, right? So how are we going to do that? So first, you remember that we saw earlier that post is the request method that we use for actually sending data from the client to the server. So we're going to do that actually, and we're also going to use this API so we can also retrieve the information that we have just stored inside of our API, right? But before, oh yeah, we need an item, right? Um, let's say that it's just an object. Oh yeah. This is going to be just a dictionary. So yeah, what we're going to do is just create this new route, which is going to be the add app that post. Oh no, not this one. The app post slash items slash, and we're going to create a new item, which is going to be the item, which is going to be just a really quick item. In this case, I think our item is going to have something like this. Mm, it's going to look something like this. I create an item without information, and item is going to have a dictionary, but item is going to have the following. Uh, it's going to have the following shape. So we're going to do item, mm, and let's start this by saying name, description, price, right? So this will be like the only thing that we're going to do, and also we're going to have a reviews and reviews. Reviews and reviews is going to be a list of a string. List of strings, and instead of having descriptions, we don't actually need it. We just need the reviews, right? So this reviews object is going to have a rating and comment, right? Like this. And this one should be right up here. So with this, we should be able to almost finish into the shape that we want to create actually, right? So until now, we have almost finished like the things that we want, because now we have like already like the shape that we want to create, but all this stuff is just a comment of the shape that we want to create for our items, right? So what do we need to do next? So next, we are just going to convert this item into something that we can actually return, right? So in this case, we're going to see item. We're going to retrieve item and the item information. Okay, cool. So what would happen if we go and try to post a new item? What do you think we are going to receive as a response from the server? The item, right? The actual item. So for making requests, well, now the question is, how can I make a request from my computer to the same port that I'm using in my same computer, right? So that is super easy. Thankfully, we have something called Thunder Client. And this Thunder client is just a RESTful API client for our Visual Studio Code that we have right here. And we can use it by, if we just, I think I need to refresh the page. No, what is not loading? Oh, there you go. So yeah, we have our Thunder client right here. Our service is still running. So let's see what would happen if I try to access to my server, which is running in the following ports. So to see where your server is running, you just need to go right here to ports, and you're going to see that your server is running at your port 8000. And the following direction is the one that we are actually going to use. Is all this direction right here. But one important thing, code spaces make each one of the directions that you have right here private. So for being able to access to that direction, we need to change the visibility of that port to public. So let's just go here and now copy the direction and go into Thunder client and just make a new request. And with this new request, we're actually going to send a request method or of get to the main root of our page. Cool. And what happened? What invalid URL? What do you mean? Let me open this like right here. And oh, there you go. Yeah, it was just the name of the server. But as you can see here, like we have made just like a petition to our API. So we have already like the hello world. But what will happen if I change this to post, and instead of going here, I go into items? which is was it items? Yeah, it was items. So if I try to go into items, access to items, and just send something in the body uh, of my JSON, I'm probably going to see something like this, just an empty thing. So now I need to upload my JSON with something, right? And that something is going to be this thing that is going to have the same format as the one that I'm expecting from my route. So I'm going to say, hey, I want you to send an item, which is going to be, oh my God, this is so hard always because for some reason Thunder client doesn't have like the correct way, the correct form of this. So rating is going to be just one. Well, let's say that it's going to be a 4, and the comment is going to be uh, another comment which says, I really liked the pineapple pizza that 404 made yesterday. Okay, so we have already added the string. Oh yeah, we need to change the name to uh, David. And let's go right here, comma, reviews. Okay, we already have each one of the reviews. So I think this should be good. Not found? What do you mean with not found? Mm, what? Oh, I think the server died. No, we actually had like the post to items, but what's going on here? Why did we redirected this? Uh, oh yeah, we did it because we didn't have a get method. Oh well, yeah, we have right here. And instead of doing this, I just want to return the item that I'm retrieving, right? So let's see, like a message and say something like successfully, like success maybe. Hmm. Let's see what is going on. Why can I not access? Oh yeah, there you go. So what happened if I? Oh, I think you're saying this. What happened if I change these two items? Hmm. Okay. But if I use my Thunder client and I add the items, huh? Hmm. There you go. You should be seeing it right now. Mm, mm. Yep, you're seeing it. Okay, cool. So what happened? I was not redirecting correctly my message, and also I was using the incorrect URL. So, yep. Now we are able to see like each one of the reviews that we're uploading to the server, right? But we're not storing them like anywhere. So that should be something that we need to take care of. But what if instead of doing that, we just jump into Hugging Face and create a new route that can actually use the sentiment analysis to try to check up if the analysis is positive or negative or neutral analysis. I mean, comment or review. So for doing that, we need to go into Hugging Face. We need to go into the post that we were using right here. Um, this one. You can check it up right here. And we're not going to do a lot. We're just going uh, to use the transformer libraries that we are going to use from Hugging Face, and we're going to check up the results of the comments that we're actually using, right? So for doing that, we are going to use the following. We are going to copy this from transformers import pipeline, and we're going to go into our code spaces. We're going to paste this, and for doing that, also we're going to use our terminal. So as you can see here, we have an error that model not found, no model named transformers. So let's just uh, finish our API, like our API running. Give me just 1 second. So sorry for that. Yep. So we're going to run our API. We're going to end the processing of our API, and we're going to install transformers. How do we install transformers? We install the same pip install transformers, and transformers is going to be downloaded right now. So after doing that, the only thing that we need to do right now is uh, to use our pipeline that we want to use for loading our models, so we can use sentiment analysis and zero-shot classification. So for doing that, we need to use the following variables: sentiment model, which is going to be this pipeline, and sentiment model is just going to be a pipeline object, which a pipeline is just a model that we're trying to use from the transformer libraries. And we're going to also, well, for now, let's just use the classification model, right? So now that we have done that, let's just go here and modify this so we can access to the items from the reviews. And from reviews, let's just go and say, hey, from each item for oh no, but actually we're just going to use one item, right? So for review in item reviews, let's just check up the process that we're using. So it is rating and comment, right? So for each one of the comments that we're using, let's just check up the sentiment model so we can. So what are we going to do? We're going to say, hey, I'm going to add a new. I'm going to add a new value inside your review object. Well, this actually should not be like this. It should be like we need another variable, which is going to be like a sentiment array. And this is going to be an empty array. And what are we going to do is that we're going to say that for each sentiment of yeah, we're going to append we're going to add inside of our array a new sentiment, or like a classification of our sentiments. Like maybe this sentiment was good, so I'm going to add it to my sentiments array. Maybe this is bad, so I'm going to add it to my sentiments array, right? So basically, we're just adding the sentiment analysis to our sentiment array, and we're going to return that. So analyze review, and we're going to return our sentiment array, right? So instead of doing that, we're going to say that append to sentiment array. And okay, let's see if this makes sense, right? So our dictionary can actually have like different kind of reviews. It can have only one or a lot of reviews. So what are we going to do is that we're going to iterate over all this array, and we're going to say, hey, for each review that I have on my item, on my reviews object, on my reviews array, please get into my pipeline the comment of that review and process it, so I can check out if that if that analysis is good or is bad or is negative or something like that. And after doing that, append that into my sentiments array. So now that we have that object, let's just return it after we have finished with all this stuff, right? So let's see if this actually works by running again our fast API. So let's see if everything is working correctly. Porting model main. Okay, cool. So we are doing all this stuff. So it is working. So now let's make the same request to this to try to see if this is actually working. It is not. So we're having a problem. It says reviews and reviews. Okay, blah, 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 key error reviews. Oh, I think it's the. Oh yeah, it's reviews comment, and this should be for what does it say there is? Okay, it says that so for review in item reviews and doesn't I have like reviews here? Yeah, I have item. Okay, so item is going to be maybe it's because I'm using item. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I think this is just the way that I'm using this and sending this up. Okay, it is running, but the problem is that we're not actually doing something because it is accepting like the item that we are trying to access, right? The problem is that we're not actually seeing anything. So let's just print this up to try to see what is going on right here. And let's see if we are actually going to see something like trying to check out like what are we processing. It says known. Okay, so we're not processing anything. And this is because let's just try to check out like print the item that we're receiving to check out like how is it processing the item. So we have name, David, reviews, and now we have rating and comments. So, okay, so for each review in item reviews, okay, print sentiment model, and we're going to review our comments. So is that the thing that I want? Oh, I see what's going on here. This is actually, I don't know if this should be like an array. Like this. Probably is. So let's see if it is actually the thing that is expecting. Reviews rating, no. So let's see what is going on with this. Okay, so the example says that we should be using a pipeline of sentiment analysis. We already saw that. So now the sentiment analysis is going to process the data and let's see what is going on. And let's see. Yeah, it totally has sense. I think what we are doing that is just we're trying to actually access to the sentiment, but we're not actually iterating or saving that sentiment. Sentiment is going to be equal to sentiment model of our review that comment. That comment. And let's just print the sentiment like this. Print sentiment so we can see if we are actually processing that sentiment. So let's see. Has not attribute comment. Uh, so let me see what is going on with this print review. Am I accessing to the wrong variable maybe? Okay, rating, comment. But it has a okay, so I think I'm not processing maybe the item. Let me see what is going on with this. Review comment maybe. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we're able to access it right now. Okay, cool. So, all right, we have our sentiment array. So now we can append our sentiment. So let's see if this actually works. Yeah, there you go. It works. So now we have our API working correctly, and we have made like a sentiment analysis of a comment, right? So now let me ask ChatGPT to generate like weird comments, like weird reviews like this. Let me add a new review like this. Modify this JSON so it has more than one review. Add at least 5. So let's see if this is actually going to work. I really like the pizza, the new coffee blind, blah, blah, service was a bit slow, blah, blah, rating, blah, blah, 4, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So let's just send this new JSON that the ChatGPT has just generated for me, so I can see if this is actually working out. Okay, cool. It works. It is working. So each one of the reviews, we are seeing that the first one says, "I really like the pizza, the pineapple pizza that 404 made yesterday." The other one says it has a rating of 5, and also it says a new coffee blend they introduced is amazing, rich, smooth. The service was a bit slow. So this is not that positive. So I think this, well, it is positive, but it is like more medium. I don't know why it has like such a big qualification for this. And the past overcook is actually understanding that it is a negative comment, and the other ones are positive. So yeah, looks good for me. So all right, we have just created our first API. We have just seen how we can use APIs in Python, like super basic APIs in Python, and how we can actually use these APIs for generating cool stuff like a sentiment analysis with Hugging Face, and also how we can use Hugging Face for making reviews from products, like for example from an e-commerce or from something like that. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time for finishing the other section uh, of the workshop. And but the good news is that I'll be doing another workshop like in just 20 minutes. So what do you think if we leave it right here so my throat can just be in peace a little bit? and I'll be able to make the other stream. All right. So until now, what did we learn? We learned what is Hugging Face, how we can use Hugging Face, what is Transformers, how we can use Transformers on an API, how to create an API in Python, how to use Fast API, and also how we can uh, use Hugging Face for generating images, for doing text classification, for doing sentiment analysis, for doing sentence similarity, and more stuff, right? So we have learned a lot in this workshop, but I need my throat to be in peace a little bit more. So what do you think if we leave it right here, and I'll see you in 15 minutes in the Streamlit introduction workshop, where we are going to be learning how to use Streamlit for generating awesome web pages in Python without the necessity of knowing anything about HTML or something like that, and how we can use Streamlit and Hugging Face for example, making a page that classifies Pokemon's images and things like that. So yeah, so thanks so much for being in this stream. I'll see you in 20 minutes, like in yeah, like in 15 minutes or something like that. So if you want to be right up here, we're going to be talking also about tacos and Mexican food, Mexican street food, and more stuff. So if you want to be here and hang around, we're going to be talking about all this stuff. So I'll see you in 20. So thank you so much for being here. My name is David, and I'll see you next one. See ya. Bye.